The motion was made by Swank and seconded by Winkle to approve the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes with the change that Mrs. Swank mentioned. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All approve, say no. All right, thank you. And then also note that council has received the Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes dated October 23rd, 2024, and the Civil Service Commission meeting minutes dated November 25th, 2024. That'll bring us to our lobby session. Our lobby session is an opportunity for the public to address City Council as well as the administration. Audience members wishing to speak will be asked to speak from the podium. And we ask that you state your name and address for the record, at which time you'll be allowed up to 3 minutes to speak regarding matters pertaining to the business of City Council or the general affairs of the city. And as a reminder, in the interest of time, the lobby session is not intended to be an interactive question and answer period. We do welcome your feedback, and depending on the nature of your comments, a council person may contact you back. So at this time, the lobby session is open. Is there anybody who wishes to address council this evening? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to administrators' reports. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have several pieces of legislation that we'll ask for the emergency clause. We'll go over those as they come up. I wanted to announce that we do have full-time patrol officer Class D and full-time firefighter paramedic Class D entrance exams. They'll be given both the applications will be accepted through February 17th of 2025. So if you're interested in joining our team as either a police officer or a firefighter, please stop by our city's website at nridgeville.org to obtain the application packet. We have fall cleanup at the North Ridgeville cemeteries. The cemetery department asks for your help in clearing all plastic and artificial flowers and any other weathered decorations in the city-owned cemeteries by December 8th. All remaining weathered and out-of-season items will be disposed of beginning December 9th and will not be able to be retrieved thereafter. This coming Saturday is the 24th annual Holiday on the Ridge. There's a brochure that's available around town. It's also available on the Chamber's website at nrchamber.com and also on our city's website as well. But it is the Holiday on the Ridge starting off early in the morning over at the Academic Center with the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast. There's craft shows throughout town. There's multiple businesses. I forget how many are participating this year, but it looks like 29 on the list. So there's plenty to do next weekend. There'll be a tree lighting ceremony in the evening. My special guest will be Santa, and it starts at 5 p.m. at South Central Park Gazebo. There'll be hot cocoa, s'mores, cookies, hay rides, and songs sung by our North Ridgeville High School choir. So please, again, participate in that event. Stop by City Hall for some brochures, or they're around town as well, or you can see it on the websites. And on December 11th, there's another edition of Coffee and Conversation. This time it's on a Wednesday. It's at 8:30 a.m. here in Council Chambers. And that brings me to a motion to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor and seconded by Swank to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing those matters just explained by the mayor. Clerk, please call the roll.
Swank,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Okay, we'll adjourn into executive session.
Short and sweet. Mr. President,
Yes, Mrs. Swank?
I move to adjourn from executive session, return to regular city council.
Second.
The motion was made by Swank and seconded by Winkle to adjourn executive session, return to regular session. Clerk, please call the roll.
Swank.
Yes.
Abens.
Yes.
Winkle.
Yes.
Awig.
Yes.
DeVries.
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thanks for your patience, folks. We will continue with Mr. Mayor's report.
Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Brown, you're giving the engineering report this evening?
Yes, I will be. Thank
All right,
you.
great, thank you.
So just wanted to provide an update on some of our projects since the last council meeting. Primarily the ones that are in construction or have just wrapped up. So the Chestnut Ridge Road Bridge project, if you guys aren't, I mean, I'm assuming you may have driven over there. You notice it's probably open. It was open on November 19th, so nearly 2 weeks ahead of schedule, actually, which is almost never happens, so that's good. Another project that just finished recently was our 2024 full-depth concrete pavement replacement. So everything, all the pavement's in the ground, everything's been crack sealed, and all the cones have been pulled on that project. So that also was finished right before Thanksgiving. Another project we have going on right now, the Maddock Road box culvert, just to provide an update on that. We are a little bit behind schedule on that project. The new bridge structure, head wall, and wing walls are all in place, but there is still work to be done, such as grading, landscaping, and getting the roadway back in there. But we're hoping to have this open in the next few weeks. The Peanut Roundabout, I'm happy to report that this one is moving along quite nicely. All the curb is in, all the asphalt pavement is in. KMU is going to be pouring the concrete into the splitter islands tomorrow. So that we still intend to have that project open to traffic before the end of the year. Another project, State Route 83 in the Chestnut Ridge Road Roundabout that we're teaming with ODOT on. We're not quite ready to bid this project, but we do have a contractor coming in next week to clear some trees over there so that we can relocate utilities. That'll be happening next Monday, the 9th. And that concludes all my, at least, updates.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Brown. Please note that council has also received the November 2024 Parks and Recreation Division Report and the November 2024 Water Distribution and EPA Report. There are no council committee reports. I think we do have a piece of correspondence. Clerk, if you could please read that.
Finance Director April Wilkinson's memo regarding the Solid Waste Management Fund review.
Okay, thank you. I believe that brings us to recess at this point.
Mr. President, move to dispense with recess.
Second.
It was moved by Winkle and seconded by Awig to dispense with recess. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. All opposed say no. Okay, we will move on to first readings, and up first is 2024-137.
2024-137, an ordinance establishing the Water Meter Service Fund.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
move to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It is moved by the mayor and seconded by Winkle to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-137. Are there any comments or questions?
Mr. President, as we've discussed, we're going through this water meter replacement project. We've talked about creating a separate fund for those monies, and that's what this ordinance does.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any additional comments or questions? So again, it was moved by the mayor and seconded by Winkle to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-137. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. All opposed, say no.
Mr. President, move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency clause so that way we can get this fund created and monies moved around for this project.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor and seconded by Winkle to add the emergency clause to 2024-137 for the reasons stated by the mayor. On the emergency clause alone, all in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed, say no. It was moved by the mayor and seconded by Winkle to adopt 2024-137 with the emergency clause in place. Are there any comments or questions at this time? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swink,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
2024-137 has been adopted by a vote of 6-0.
2024-138.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 6121-2023 of the city of North Ridgeville, Ohio, providing appropriations for the period commencing January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. DeVries.
move to dispense with the second and third reading.
Second.
It was moved by DeVries and seconded by Awig to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-138. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. DeVries.
move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency clause so that we may pay our debts in a timely manner.
Second.
The motion was made by DeVries and seconded by Awig to add the emergency clause to 2024-138 in order to pay the city's debts in a timely manner. On the emergency clause alone, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. It was then moved by DeVries and seconded by Awig to adopt 2024-138 with the emergency clause in place. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swink,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carried and 2024-138 is adopted.
2024-139.
An ordinance providing appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of North Ridgeville, Ohio for the period commencing January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025.
Twenty 2024-140.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Utility Metering Solutions LLC for water service lines inspection, verification, and documenting not to exceed $100,000.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
move to dispense with the second and third readings.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor and seconded by Awig to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-140. Are there any comments or questions?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
as you've heard over the last couple of weeks, we have to do some testing of service lines for the EPA mandate that was pushed upon us. During the water meter project, we're having people go into the houses to replace the water meters. It's an excellent opportunity for us to test some of those lines ourselves, and that's what this project is for. To basically, it's a separate contract, same people, but to do a separate service in order to meet that EPA mandate that was just put upon us. So that's it in a nutshell, and we're going to start this project soon. So we wanted to get this in place since those people are going to be going into those homes.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any
welcome.
additional questions or comments? Again, it was moved by the mayor and seconded by Awig to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-140. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no.
Mr. President, move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency clause so we can incorporate this project with the other that we already have planned.
Second.
It was moved by the mayor and seconded by Awig to add the emergency clause to 2024-140 for the reasons stated by the mayor. On the emergency clause alone, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. It was then moved by the mayor and seconded by Awig to adopt 2024-140 with the emergency clause in place. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swink,
Yes.
Abens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries and 2024-140 has been adopted.
2024-141.
A resolution authorizing fund transfers and advances.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. DeVries.
move to dispense with the second and third reading.
Second. Good.
It was moved by DeVries and seconded by Winkle to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-141. Are there any comments or questions?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
As you know, we went out to sell notes, and the monies will be delivered in a short period of time. But in the meantime, we need some funds moved over from the general fund to take care of this project, the water meter replacement project. And when those note proceeds come in, we will then repay the general fund the monies that we are borrowing. So that's what this is all about.
Okay. And the notes have sold, the funds just haven't been received yet.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Are there any additional comments or questions? All right, it was moved by DeVries, seconded by Winkle to dispense with the second and third readings for 2024-141. All in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed, say no.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. DeVries?
move to adopt.
Second.
Mr. President, move to add the emergency clause for the reasons just stated by the mayor.
Second.
It was moved by DeVries and seconded by Winkle to add the emergency clause to 2024-141 for the reasons stated by the mayor. On the emergency clause alone, all in favor, say yes.
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 All opposed, say no. It was moved by DeVries and seconded by Winkle to adopt 2024-141 with the emergency clause in place. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Swink,
Yes.
Schaefer, oops, Avens,
Yes.
Winkle,
Yes.
Awig,
Yes.
DeVries,
Yes.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Motion carries and Resolution 2024-141 has been adopted.
Okay, under second readings, tonight we have 2024-133.
An ordinance repealing NRCO Chapter 866 Temporary Businesses of the North Ridgeville Business Regulation Code and prohibiting temporary businesses.
And we have no third readings on tonight's agenda. As far as upcoming meeting announcements, there is a public hearing that's scheduled on December 16th, 2024 at 6:45 PM here in City Council chambers. That is to allow the public an opportunity to provide comments regarding rezoning of 39462 Center Ridge Road. And then the next regular City Council meeting will be on Monday, December 16th 2024 at 7 PM in Council chambers.